Hey everyone, Kyle with SSV Works, and today we're going to show you how to install our weatherproof overhead 4-speaker soundbar in your 2016 to 2024 CanAn Defender. Let's get started. Our WP series is a budget-friendly option for getting audio in your side-by-side with a very simple install. 4 6.5 A-spec speakers powered up by our MRB3 Bluetooth radio with built-in 200-watt amp and built-in dome light. Great feature with this overhead is the expandability. You can easily add on a set of rear cage pod speakers or an external amp to add our Defender sub-enclosure that fits either under the front or rear seats. All right, now that we got everything laid out on the table and ready to go, let's get started on the install. All right, first thing you're going to do is disconnect the battery. It's located under the passenger side of the car. Flip up the 2 seats here, and you're going to remove these 2 locking pins here to expose the battery by removing this panel here. Start by removing the negative terminal on our battery here. Go ahead and pull that away, and we're good to start working. Okay, now we're going to want to remove these 3 T30 bolts with a 5/8 nut on the back side to be able to lift away the front of this roof to be able to access the back side of this visor panel. Okay, now we're going to want to install our base brackets onto the overhead system. Okay, we've already installed this side, so we're going to move on over to here. Using our 4 T30 bolts and washers, we're going to install on each side here. Now you're going to see there's a little movement for play here. What we've done is we backed them all the way out. If you need to decide you need to move it in or out, there is that option for you. Next, we're going to mount these brackets to the vehicle cage. You want to note that these are labeled D and P for driver and passenger. When you're installing these are going to face out towards outside the vehicle here. Okay, let's move over to the car. All right, using our T30 screws and washers with 10mm nuts, we're going to install our bracket into these 3 slots here. Okay, now that we've got that driver side bracket installed, we're going to repeat the process on the passenger side. Okay, now that we got our side brackets installed, you're going to want to hold up the soundbar in place to confirm fitment, as you may need to make some adjustments on the brackets. Okay, once you've confirmed fitment of your soundbar, you can now reinstall your roof. All right, now we're going to want to connect our B-H1591 extension cable to our power harness, like so. Okay, now that we've got that connected, we're going to run that along with the antenna through this channel, down along the enclosure to the driver's side of the car. Using these 4 holes here on either side, we're going to use the remaining T30 screws and washers to mount the enclosure. Okay, we've got our power wire antenna ready to be tucked away, zip tied up. I'm going to tuck this guy up into here, out of sight. And with our zip ties, we'll start zipping them down the A-pillar here. I'm going to tuck this up in here, get it as clean as possible, and start zip tying away. Now for a cleaner installation, you could drill into the A-pillar and feed the wire down the A-pillar. In this case, we're gonna zip tie. Okay, once we've got our power wire zip tied up to our A-pillar, we're gonna now start feeding it into the cavity in the front of the car here. We're gonna feed the power wire up through the car here, through the cavity. And you can, at this point, you can find somewhere to zip tie. Just make sure it's not zip tied to any moving parts. So we'll zip tie up to this loom here. Okay, we've ran our power wire up under the hood. We're gonna go ahead and pop the hood now. Apply a little pressure to both sides here. It pops straight out and lift up. It'll snap into place, and here's our power wire, okay? We are going to crimp our supplied fused power wire to positive and our supplied ring terminal to ground. Okay, using our 10mm wrench, we're going to remove our power and ground. Okay, we're going to apply our positive ring terminal first. And then we'll go ahead and apply our ground. Okay. At this point, if you have any extra wiring, you can actually zip tie it together. At this point, we've completed installation. We're going to close up the hood now. And reconnect the battery. Alright everyone, now you've seen how easy it was to install one of our WP overhead systems. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.